What's up, all my bad bitches? It's your girl Yaz, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button to become a bad bitch, and turn on your post notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you're returning, you already know, girl, I missed you, bitch. I really just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys and vent about dating as a trans woman. I don't think there's a lot of people, or I haven't seen too many videos about the struggles that a trans woman go through when it comes to dating and finding love. I honestly think that it's so fucking hard as a trans woman. So I really just wanted to sit down and have this conversation real quick. Grab, you know, your wine or whatever the case may be, or just sit down and talk. Grab you something to eat or whatever the case may be. I just want to kind of vent, run my mouth a little bit, and get into it. Please sound off in the comments, and we can start a conversation amongst ourselves so we can really get into like what the fuck is tea when it comes to this shit, because dating as a trans woman is so hard. The main thing that I hate about dating as a trans woman is that we are fetishized a lot. It's rare that we looked at as human beings, as people with feelings. Sometimes I looked at as really much like an experiment, like I'm in a laboratory. I'm just an object or a sex doll. It's not funny. It's really not funny. It's actually quite sad. Before I get into it, when it comes to us like being looked at as an object, that's one thing I want to preface. I don't want my trans women to feel like sex work is the way to go. I feel like a lot of people resort to sex work because of course we are objectified. It gets deep, but I feel like a lot of trans women only resort to sex work because I feel like that's the only way that they could probably get affection, or where they feel like they're loved. That's the only way they can really get that intimacy. And of course make money. A lot of trans women pretty much feel as if they can't really make it anywhere else but to pretty much offer their bodies or to do sex work. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. I'm a corporate girl. There's a lot of trans women out here that got successful businesses. Become a business owner, become a boss. And I'm not knocking anybody that pretty much do sex work. I actually considered it at one point, but I realized that's just not me. All I'm saying is there's more to life than just sex work. I don't want anyone to resort to sex work either because they feel like that's the only way that they'll pretty much be appreciated or receive love. As rare as it is, as I said, there's still people out there that will genuinely love you for you. I've seen successful relationships when it comes to trans women, but again, that's literally once every blue moon. That's not something that necessarily happens often, which brings me back to my topic. Dating has been hard as a trans woman. When it comes to my dating life originally, when I was in high school, I never really dated. I've talked to probably like 2-3 boys throughout my whole high school career. Never was in a relationship. And I was gay at that time. So it was and I had just came out in high school too. I came out in 10th grade of high school as gay. And coming out was hard because I was dating a lot of DL men. It was taking me a minute to kind of get comfortable in my own skin to actually be out there and date. But also the gay community, especially at a young age too, maybe that was my fault for trying to like really find love and find someone that's damn faithful. But the gay community is very promiscuous. There's hardly, especially around that time, there wasn't many faithful gay relationships. It was a lot of DLs. You'll probably vibe with someone, but they're DL, but so you can't really have like a true relationship with a motherfucker, which of course I eventually grew out of. But back in that day, DL was kind of like, that was the way to go. Then I got into college. I was in a relationship literally for like 3-4 years throughout my whole college experience. So I necessarily didn't date then. And then now that I'm outside of college, that's when I started transitioning. I started transitioning when I graduated college in 2021. So it's been 3 years since I pretty much transitioned and actually like on some grown dating shit. I don't know. I wouldn't even call it grown at this point because these are childish. But I'm actually dating now, going out to the clubs, meeting guys, just going out in general and meeting guys. What I've noticed is that, well, for one, I feel like me being trans always gets in the way of a man being willing to like love me because they always think of what the world would think of them. So it's like, that you're vibing with me, that you're attracted to me, that I'm making you laugh, just that we're literally vibing. And just because I'm trans, it's like I don't go that way, or you just cut off a genuine good like relationship just because of someone being trans. It hinders a lot of men from finding someone that could possibly really be like the love of their life, their wife. You get what I'm saying? It's just up. It ruins potentially great relationships just because a dude is thinking of what someone else would think of them and not following their own feelings. And I deal with that a lot. Put it this way. I'll like meet somebody and normally I don't text because come and go. And this is my thought process. I'll meet someone at the club. One, I'm not immediately telling you that I'm trans right in the beginning. A part of me will be wanting people to get to know me. But someone can't get to know me for real without me telling them that I'm trans. But the main reason why I don't tell them immediately is just simply because of safety. No, I just feel like that's like really personal information, essentially. Not saying I'm trying to hide anything because I'm not trying to hide it. But I feel like it's real personal information and I don't want to waste my time necessarily telling someone that I'm trans if I know they're going to be gone like in 2 days, 2-3 days. And that's what happens sometimes with dating. I don't know if y'all experience it, but you can meet somebody out in the club and be consistent for like a week, 2 days or whatever the case may be, and then bitch, you'll never hear from them again. I just don't feel the need to tell a man that I'm trans, and it's just like literally you're a fling. If I really feel like they're consistent, they're really trying to do something and not just f me, because let's be honest, even if trans women in general, men just be wanting to f most of the time. And I'm personally just not about to sit here and tell a motherfucker that I'm transgender and you just want to f. I just feel like it was just a waste of energy. Like you wasn't trying to be here for the long run anyway. You didn't really need to know my tea. So after a couple of, probably like a week or two, or I see consistency, or if I really feel like a is really trying to f with me, or a dude is really trying to f with me, I'll then tell him, hey, I'm transgender. And then it becomes a point where they're like, oh, they don't roll that way, or, or something. Like it just, they pretty much call it down. They shoot it down or whatever the case may be. They stop talking to you or, It still then makes me question like, okay, again, we vibed good. We had good conversation. You thought I was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Good energy. We vibing. But just because I'm trans, that just turns everything away. I get it. I guess on both point of view, that's why conversations need to be had. I could see where a man could probably think that I'm trying to trick him, or they feel tricked. I should have told you sooner so you wouldn't necessarily feel tricked. But I couldn't tell you sooner because I didn't want to end up dead. I didn't want to have to fight. And then sometimes I be with my bitches, my girls. I don't want to put them in that situation. So if maybe men made it, more men, and I know most men aren't like that, and they say they prefer it or whatever the case may be, allegedly. They prefer for you to just tell them up front. It's also not realistic because a few bad apples could spoil the bunch. Same thing with trans women as far as tricking men. I don't condone actually tricking men. I feel like before it gets physical and y'all about to have sex and everything, don't wait till when you meet him that you tell this man that you're trans. That's something that should have been discussed. Again, I feel like we need that dialogue. We need that conversation to literally just start accepting one another and understanding each other's point of view. When it comes to dating, I tell them, and after weeks of pretty much vibing, having a good time or whatever, it becomes like a situation where it's like, oh, like, no, it ain't. They don't go that way. Because at the end of the day, I'm a woman. I don't see what you mean by you don't go that way. It's weird too because, again, it makes me question, like, how I look at it is, if you really with me, if you really was vibing with me as a person, then me being trans wouldn't matter. Because I would look at it as like, man, to be honest, I mean, I really don't necessarily care. I really with you. If you really with somebody, me being trans wouldn't matter because I'm still me at the end of the day. So then it makes me think, was you really with me? Or was you just playing a long game? Was you, at this point, was you still just trying to have sex with me for real? It just makes me, it's such a tricky situation. And I understand both ends of it, but it's such a tricky situation which makes dating so freaking hard. Or I could date somebody that loves me for me, that accepts me for me, that knows that I'm trans, that don't care that I'm trans, but they can accept it socially. Like, they want to keep you a secret. They don't want to be seen out in the open with you. They don't really want to date you. They don't really want to court you because they're so worried about what people, they want to keep you in the closet. And I'm here to tell all my trans women, like, you deserve better. You deserve to be loved out loud. You deserve to be shown off. You deserve to have that man like, yes, this is my, this is my woman. This is my queen. This is who I'm with. And be able to protect you and literally stand up to a mother and be like, yes, I'm with her and what. And it's not necessarily they want you to be the secret. Well, in some instances, they do just want you to be a secret, just to like kind of like deal with you when they want to deal with you, have sex with you when they want to have sex with you, and keep it on the low. They don't really care, but they want that experience. But it's some people that really f with you, want to take it there, really be out with you, but they're too f***ing scared of what somebody else would think. It's okay. I get it. Everybody move at their own pace, especially if a man's world isn't like that, like especially a from the streets, or that grew up very hyper masculine, very heterosexual. That's going to change their life. They got to worry about what their parents are going to think. They got to worry about what their friends are going to think. They got to worry about, like, literally their life change just because of who they love. You get what I'm saying? I get it. I understand it, because that's also changing their life. Someone has to be ready for that. That's like coming out almost. And I don't think it should be anything wrong with a heterosexual man being attracted to or dating a trans woman, because at the end of the day, he's attracted to a woman, but that's not the way society thinks. That's why I'm at a point where it's great and everything, and like, I understand, like, I appreciate someone that could really like value me, love me for who I am, but I'm at a point in my life where I need a man that's confident, that's sure of himself, that don't care about necessarily what people think, that's ready for that. If they aren't already like out in the open and willing to date a trans woman or some, date me, I need someone that's comfortable in themselves to be like, you know what, f it. Again, I'm riding with you. They're going to either have to get with it or dip. But it's so seldom to find. It's question someone's intentions. It gets lonely sometimes. If my trans girls out there is kind of going through something similar that I'm going through, or experience things like this, and you're feeling lonely, babe, your time is going to come. Your person is going to come. Pour that love into yourself. Accomplish those goals that you want to accomplish. Go chase after those dreams that you thought that you would never be able to accomplish or achieve. Stay on your path. And the right person will come along and your paths will cross. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. I really just wanted to tell y'all about my life. I don't see too many people talking about those struggles when it comes to dating. And these are struggles when it comes to being a trans woman. Hope you guys enjoy. Please sound off in the comments. If you want to vent, I do be reading you guys' comments. If you need advice, even more advice, or something that I probably didn't mention in this video, definitely comment down below, or I get to it in my next video. I love talking to you guys. It's been a minute since I uploaded a video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. I love you so much. Bye, all my bad bitches.